Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about this Elan Ripstick 88. New Ripsticks for 2025. They've pretty much completely revamped the construction. The shapes are a little different too. We get some new widths. Obviously 88 here is a carryover width, but I really enjoy the changes to this ski. I think Elan did a good job kind of refining it and refreshing it while retaining the overall theme and the things that we've always really liked about Ripsticks. So still a tube light wood core in this ski. We still get those carbon rods that Elan has pretty much become famous for. We now have unidirectional carbon stringers under the base of the ski rather than the carbon line that was more on top of the core that we saw on the previous skis. So that is just kind of a tweak in how they're applying that sort of secondary carbon compared to the carbon rods. And by putting it on the base of the ski, it's basically just giving the ski a smoother feel overall. You feel less of the vibrations from carbon in your feet. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool, you know, just moving the carbon or tweaking it slightly and then putting it under the base. You wouldn't think it would have that big of an effect, but it truly does feel smoother. We also don't have vapor tip up here in the tip anymore. We now have flax in the shovel. Flax has been proven at this point to be a very effective material for ski construction. Again, it just smooths out more of those vibrations and gives you a really consistent feel. These skis have always been really light. You know, Ripsticks, that's one of the things that they're very good at is being light, kind of one of the things that sets them apart from other skis on the market. This is a 182. This is not a short length by any means. We're just over 1,600 grams. So very, very light. It is one of the lightest 88 underfoot all mountain skis on the market. And Ripsticks have never been tremendously stiff either, and that remains the same for 2025. If anything, they get slightly softer up here in the shovel, which I think really helps. You know, for the most part, that's an enhancement to the ski and its performance and the things that it can do. Looking at shape, I would say shape is more similar than different compared to the outgoing skis. Camber underfoot, obviously this is a directional ski, but we do get considerably more tip rocker than I'd say normally you would see in the 88 category. And then tail rocker's pretty darn long too. So that's just kind of a visual representation of the intention of this ski from Elan. It is truly an all mountain ski, but I think you could say pretty accurately that the Ripstick entire collection leans a little bit more towards the off-piste application than, especially in this 88 category, than a lot of other skis. And you see that kind of in that rocker profile. So fantastic skis. They're so tremendously versatile. It's awesome. It's not the strongest carving ski. So if you're like a big, powerful skier and you want to just lay over super high speed arcs on firm snow, there are better options. I mean, even just within Elan's collection, you could go to the Wingman 86, and like that ski is kind of more geared towards that style of skiing. On the other hand, it can still do it. You know, you get that soft flex pattern, so there's a limitation, but something that I thought was really interesting is we had a ton of people on it in our ski test. Spencer is the manager of our brick and mortar shop here in Stowe. He's a big guy, race background, he's a strong skier, and in his feedback he specifically said, like, yeah, it's really easy to ski, it's super playful, but he was impressed that it actually had enough torsional stiffness to hold an edge. So it can carve pretty darn well. There will be a limitation at some point if you're really aggressive and really big, or one of the other, or both especially. Taking out carving on groomers entirely, everything else is just fantastic. And it's certainly not a slouch on those groomers like we talked about, but moguls, trees, anything like that. If you're kind of the style skier that just loves making like shorter turns on the side of the trail and maybe in more of a traditional format, you're gonna love the Ripstick 88. Bob, who's in a lot of these ski test videos, who you hopefully know really well, he falls right into that category. You know, he's a bigger skier himself. He's 6'2" and 225 pounds or something like that. He loves the Ripstick 88. I was literally just looking at ski test feedback, and there's a bunch of 10s in a bunch of different categories, 10 out of 10 scores from Bob. And you know, when he's on a ski like this, you just see him making all those super just ultra quick turns on the side of the trail, and this ski works so well for that. So really easy to ski. It's very approachable. It's very forgiving. It's not fatiguing because it's light and softer. It can carve, you know, like Spencer's feedback. He kind of, that's like a huge testament to its capabilities. Carving is, if someone like Spencer can do it, then chances are you can too. And just overall, just so much fun to ski. It makes, like, for me, it makes me feel like a better mogul skier than I am. And I love when a ski can make you feel that way. So that's it. That is the Ripstick 88 from Elan. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will see you out there on the slopes.